Welcome to MedicLife, a video cast with your host, John Newton. Hello, and welcome to another episode of MedicLife. My name is John Newton, and I am your host. In this episode, we'll be talking about how to evaluate a website. So first, you may ask, why do I even need to know how to evaluate a website? Well, honestly, there are actually many reasons as to why, but the purpose of this episode is we're going to talk about two different aspects. Now, the first is the research aspect. In today's world, people don't really read books and magazines anymore, really not in the true sense. Even in research, people actually use the internet as a means to garner their information from a variety of sources that were really once unavailable to us. The internet now makes these things possible. So when doing research, it's important to determine the validity of that source. In some later episodes, we'll talk a little bit more about doing research, why research is important, and even talk to some authors of papers within EMS, and maybe even talk about how you can be part of the research process. So let's take a brief pause from our sponsor, and when we'll come back, we'll talk about the second aspect. This episode has been sponsored by Distance CME, where you can take the classroom with you. Just go to distancecme.com and get started today. Hey guys, we're back. Again, my name is John Newton. I'm your host, and this is MedicLife. So we've been talking a little bit about validating sources and why it's important to research. But it is important to you in your everyday life. Multiple times a day, many of you guys take out your iPhone, your iPad, or some sort of smartphone, if you're into Android, your laptop, and you search for something you're curious about. In most cases, this is an okay idea. However, when you're out there on that scene and you're looking for that vital information, you want it to be accurate, up to date, and even from a reliable source. So let's take a look at how you can evaluate sources of information before you even get out there on the scene of the call. So you can see here what I've done is utilized Google. Now, if you're not a fan of Google, maybe you want to use Bing or something. That works as well. You notice that I typed how to evaluate a website. Pretty simple topic enough. If you look at some of these, and you can kind of scroll down here, and we'll scroll down and look at some of these, you notice that some of these are reputable known sources, and that's what we're looking for. So first off, the very one at the top of the list is the University of Maryland. Now you should not pick the very first one in the list. As a matter of fact, you should probably look at a couple of different sources in any topic. You can see there's the Cornell University, that Olin and Ursus, and who else we got there? There's UC Berkeley, and there's a checklist, and they just have just a PDF version. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on the University of Maryland. I already actually have this tab opened up to save time for you guys. Most of you guys are probably familiar with the University of Maryland, simply because they are the ones that have the CCEMTP program. They also have a bachelor's and master's degree in EMS. I encourage you guys to come back and read this. Look at things like accuracy of the author. You notice things like .edu, .com, .gov. This kind of lets us know who authors the site. We need to ask the question, what's the purpose? And we can find some of these things by going down here and clicking on the checklist. Now first, what I want you guys to do is, before we leave this page, I want you to look at the bottom of this website. Now we already know this is University of Maryland, and they are a reputable location, but you notice that this was last updated in 2014. Now you can click here and you can get information by just emailing them. You can contact them. And if I slid this over so that you can see the whole screen down here at the bottom, you can actually see who is responsible for this website. And now we're going to click on the old checklist. And we'll go back up here to the top. So this is a very simplistic step-by-step guide for evaluating websites. And again, you're asking, well, John, why do I need to go through all this trouble? Well, you're not going to do this on scene. But if you find a few reputable sites, and I'm going to give you a few here at the end, and you probably have some few of your own favorite, but are those really reputable sites? Are they up to date? So first off, who authored them? When was it created? What's the purpose? Is this one organization's ideology about that specific topic? Are they a good source? So yes, they may have pertinent information, but are they really the experts on the topic? When was it last updated? And do they provide easy access to the information? Is it hard to find the information? And these are just some of the things that you should look at. The biggest things is who authored it, when it was last updated, and what's the purpose of the website. So, here is a few lists, or a small list of the sites that you guys are probably familiar with that are known reputable sites and sources. And that's the NIH, so the National Institute of Health, the PDR, the Physician's Desk Reference, UpToDate.com. A lot of you guys actually are subscribers or members of their website. Hippocrates, the CDC, and even the Mayo Clinic. Now, if you know others that I didn't list, please list them in the comment section of this video. And remember, while we all like Wikipedia, it is not considered a reputable source. However, within Wikipedia, there are reputable sources. So scroll down to the bottom, look for those sources, research those sources, and find out, is this valid information and where are they getting it from? So I hope this has been helpful to you, because staying up to date and informed is the key to success in this ever-changing world in medicine. I'm John Newton, and this has been another episode of Medic Life. Until next time, guys, stay safe out there.
This episode was brought to you by Distance CME, the only way to get continuing education. Distance CME. Take the classroom with you.